Another one of Casey's brilliant ideas. Feel sorry for the employee that ends up with this.
What would you like me to do with this?
Yeah, I don't know. You look like somebody spilled cocaine all over you.
So today, I'm working in the body shop with no radio right now, so I have zero motivation because we're filming. And to get monetized, you can't have music, so I'm trying to make money at this.
Well, let's just get through this quickly then.
Yeah, but I can't jam as loud as I want to, so it doesn't matter. Anyways, so last week we got rid of Chevelle, and I sent Eric some pictures and that video that maybe you can put in there and whatever. It turned out really good. I was very happy with it. What else I do this week?
I don't know. You've had to do a lot of whole different truck swaps over here. That's a different mess, you know. I don't know how much we can disclose of that on camera.
I think we just burn them to the ground.
I'm for it. Okay, that's what I was waiting for right there. Todd's wife, click here.
Yeah, I mean, Todd, I wouldn't let your wife watch this episode at all. But, you know, here's what it is. So, we're kind of going over this C10, trying to finish up all the sanding. We got some blow throughs. I just decided, like, all right, let's just do a heavy hog on it real quick, sand it down. We're gonna poly it. Next week we'll be doing the final sand on it. The door fit really well after a little bit of work this week and last week. So door's good. Everything else is blocking out pretty nice. So we'll put one last coat of poly on it, probably 2, 10, 15. I don't know, however many coats of poly I decided to put on. 50, 11 coats.
50, 11. I like that.
And then maybe if we're lucky, because next week is 4th of July, so the guys work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They'll be off Thursday.
Oh, do they get 4th of July off?
Mm-hmm. Because they're slackers, but either way. America. So hopefully, if we're lucky, by the end of next week, we'll be taking this thing apart. Fingers crossed, right? So we can start painting it or getting it ready for paint. Because like we talked about in other videos, we've got a couple shows we're going to try to hit with this thing fairly soon. So we got to jump on it. Let's go burn Todd Wilson to the ground real quick. I think we should just start from the very beginning of how this truck even came to. So Todd Wilson's dad had a truck that got painted in his parents' garage, and to this day, Todd said in the garage there's still this blue color paint on the garage floor from his dad painting his truck this color. So he had a truck and was kind of tinkering with it, and then it was super rusty. So I talked him into buying a new bodied truck, and then we just really weren't quite as excited about the fitment of everything as we thought that we were.
He told me it sucked, basically. Those were his words.
Yeah, it wasn't what we hoped for. So we found some original parts, and we were messing with original parts on it. And then Todd is a very instant gratification type fella. So he decided that his best bet would be to buy this truck off the internet. out of Kansas. And I said, hey man, we should go up, just take a flight up there and check it out. Next thing I know, this thing's on its way down here. So he's like, this will be faster. It's already painted, it looks pretty good. We'll put it on my Roadster chassis. It's got a Roadster Shop fast track chassis with a LT4 and a 10-speed in it. I mean, we got a bunch of nice parts for it.
No, hold on. You're gonna have to get into that because last week,
that's
everybody
a
saw
chassis
that LT1.
Oh yeah, I'm getting there. So he said, we'll put this truck on there. Oh yeah, you're right. So originally we were going to, you're right. He bought this truck, we were gonna keep the stock chassis, throw that L86 in it, which is a 6.2 LT engine, L86 and 8-speed in it. And then we started throwing together all the numbers on it. It ended up with like $15,000 worth of suspension and labor to kind of get it to the point where it was not even cool low. So I told Todd, I said, it's a waste of a truck and a chassis not to put it on. Like, this truck didn't deserve to be on that other chassis because this truck is not nice at all. So I was like, let's just save that and still build your fleet side. And then after putting it all together, I'm like, all right, well, let's just put this beater on your fast track chassis with the LT4 in it. And then the more we dig into it, the more junk we're finding with it. So I just got angry with it. So he paid a healthy penny for this truck.
I would say so.
Yeah, I'm not gonna disclose any numbers, but he probably doesn't sleep very well at night spending this kind of money on a truck, and then me telling him now that actually he doesn't know yet, he hadn't come by today, but I'm gonna make him throw this truck away. And he's multiple thousands and thousands of dollars in this thing. We cut the firewall out of it, found some more rust, hinge pocket, it's all blown out on the driver's side, the steps are gone. The what? Yeah, cab corners, I mean, the cab corners are crappy repaired. It's got, like, there's some holes up here that I shoved my knife into. So we got rust up here. And so we're finding a bunch of stuff on it, and we haven't even taken the paint off of it yet to find anything else. So the multiple thousands and thousands of dollars that he paid for this truck, I'm gonna use those two front fenders, maybe. Depends. They may be totally crap once we get the paint off of them, and I'll tell them to throw that away. So, I mean, really, he could have just like thrown this money down the drain somewhere else.
Well, and full disclaimer, it's not like you couldn't fix that. It's just, it's a numbers game.
It's numbers. It really is. So
just because I know some people like to comment. I saw on this last video, somebody commented about like, I've been doing this for 30 years. Nothing's ever bolted on. Right?
Well, nothing does. But it's true. Nothing bolts on.
You don't assume that, but what happens is the end user, the client, thinks, well, they sell everything that bolts on. Why is this taking so long? Why am I having to pay custom labor cost or whatever?
Right.
So I'm just trying to help.
Yeah. So the guys
education.
the guys that can do this themselves, this is a completely fixable cab. Put it in your garage, tinker with it, have fun. But for the guy that's paying me $105 an hour to work on this truck, at the end of a 40-hour week, he's $4,200 in labor, plus whatever materials, consumables, and parts that we bought, right? So,
and that's assuming that, you know, you can get through it in a week.
Right.
Might take a month.
So it'd probably take a little more than a month to do this truck. So I would say probably by the time this is all said and done, everything's fit, cab's finished up, rockers in it, he said rocker and steps, blasted, because you gotta have it, you know, we'll chemical strip most of the paint off of it just to make sure that we don't get in it too much. Like, I don't want the blaster to sit here and just hog on all this filler that's on it. So by the time he does that, brings it back and we epoxy it, it's like there's labor of sandblasting it, there's materials of me spraying it, like everything adds up, right? So say it was $4,000 a week and it took 6 weeks. This cab ain't worth that to the customer, right? You can buy a pretty nice truck for that. So last night, without telling him, if you pan over to the left, I went and bought another truck. I paid $6,200 yesterday for that truck, and we are going to throw the rest of the truck away. All I did was keep the cab and the doors. We're going to part it out, right? So this truck that he got, I'm going to give back to him all cut up, and he can figure out what he wants to do with it from there, right? So then you come over to this truck. You're like, man, this thing's a beat up pile, right? It's not. So this was actually done by an elephant trunk. Like, it was in the safari out in Africa, and he was getting chased, and it came down, and you wouldn't think that it would do that, their trunk, but it did.
It's pretty heavy, you know.
Yeah,
I can see how the top of it caught the roof too.
Yeah, I think that was the tusks or something, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was crazy. So, but it needs cab corners. That's it. I drilled that hole in there because there was so much dirt piled in this thing. It's just, you know, safari sand is what it was. But that's really the gist of it. So it needs rockers. The steps are great. Floors are great. Roof isn't rotted out. We got to fix the elephant trunk area, the rockers. Oh yeah, cab corners. Just cab corners. No rockers. And then this door has a little rust right here. But that's it. But when the doors are shut, they fit. We put the aftermarket, so the doors that were on the blue truck, we didn't want because they were caved in, and like old school method of pulling a dent was drilling a hole, putting a hook into it and pulling it out. So that door was pushed in, best I could tell, minimum 1/4 inch, and then it had like this spaghetti noodles hanging inside of it from all the filler. So all right, we don't want those doors. We'll keep the aftermarket doors that came with that other setup. Huh? Oh yeah, the threads were stripped. Like somebody tried to get the bolts out of the doors that held it on there, and they stripped them out. So then they tried to drill them, but then drilled off to the side, so then the hole was too big. So then to adjust the door, you have to take the regulator out so you can put your arm in there to hold the nut on the inside of it. And I was like, we're not doing that. So then we put the aftermarket doors on the factory cab, and they're like 5% too big. There's no door gap all the way around. And it's not that the metal is hanging up close, it's the inside of the door is squeezing into the hole. And that's with no paint on the door. So by the time we bodywork it, paint it, that door won't fit in that hole. So that was the icing on the cake for me. So that's why I bought this truck. So multiple thousands of dollars. He's going to take this entire blue truck. We're not going to use anything off of it except maybe the fenders. And you got another cab. So like this is like cab 5 we've been through trying to find a good big back window.
Yeah, the main moral of the story here is if you're going to come to this guy for a build, come to him and start from the beginning and don't just show up with a project, because he will spend the rest of your money buying as many projects as it takes to make it right.
Ultimately, it's him saving money too, right? So
Right.
this is $6,200. I get you through that money away. Like this money, you're just going to say, that kind of sucks that I'm just going to take a bath in that truck. The cost of that truck wouldn't even cost, like, he wouldn't save anything. It would cost more than the cost of the truck to fix that cab and metal finish it, like fix the gaps, get the rockers, cab corners, firewall, everything fit, fix the rust, blast it in epoxy and bodywork it. Like, that would cost more than that entire truck, plus this one. So even though it sounds like it's a whole lot of money wasted for the customer that's paying $105 an hour, believe it or not, this is actually going to save them money in the long run. And we're trying to make it to Dino's, so the 5 or 6 or 10 weeks that it's going to take to get this thing out of the fab shop, this one's probably going to take a couple weeks, maybe. So we're going to save, say, even if you saved 4 weeks, right, in labor, and this one's that much farther ahead, that was the cost of that truck. So there's 100 ways to skin a cat. The moral of the story is don't get so antsy to do something, and when I tell you it's a bad idea and you just think it's a good idea anyways, this is so rewarding for me to be able to tell him, hey, remember, because I sent him this truck already once before we bought that one, when we were looking for a cab. So now I let him buy a truck, then I went and bought this truck. I'm going to charge him for this truck, and we're right back where I said. So I mean, it's a really good I told you so situation going on right now. I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. Keenan's got to cut the dash out because it's GMC, so we got to change the dash out. And
He looks like he's regretting life choices.
he's waiting on, because he's gonna be loud. He can't do anything really until we leave. But that's it for me. I'm gonna work all weekend. My daughter's got a recital this weekend, so my wife, tonight's usually our date night on Thursdays, so she was at recital dress rehearsal yesterday. She'll be at dress rehearsal today, so I'm just gonna work late tonight. And then they've got some other things going on Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday is the recital. So my wife will be out doing that. All I gotta do is show up at 7 o'clock for when my daughter starts dancing. So I'm just gonna work all weekend. So if I can get that truck polyed and a little closer, hopefully next week we'll be where we wanna be, and then these guys will have a short week next Wednesday. I guess if you ain't got nothing to do, you can come next Wednesday, because we won't be here Thursday.
Okay.
So we'll film on Wednesday, but next Wednesday we're going to stop half day. So right at lunch we're gonna stop and we're gonna clean, because that's halfway through the year. So it's time to do a little summer cleaning so we can get back to work. That's all I got for you today.
Sounds good.
since Keenan's like really ramped up and ready to go, why don't you just go finish interrupting him real quick?
Okay.
All right, you can't take my mic though. I need my stick because this is what I was using to, and the mic's dirty. So around with your teeth in your mouth.
What?
What you can talk about. Yeah, really sell this thing, you know, make it seem like we did the right thing here. I mean, I feel like we did. Of course, I'm going to say that because I want to reimburse for the truck, so we're going to use this truck no matter what.
I mean, we're too far in it, in all of them, to do anything else. So yeah, he just told you everything I'm doing.
Yep.
But
I guess if you just want to walk us through like what you've got going on just right now, I guess, because
yeah, so
you worked on yesterday you were working on trying to fit that door.
yeah, I was kind of getting everything ready on that cab, but
Yeah.
so cab's actually pretty nice shape. I'm already pre-soaking the body bolts, so they'll just pop right out of there. 58 GMC dash is way different than the 56 dash, so we got to pull that out of here, which I'm halfway done drilling, so shouldn't be too bad.
Just another couple hours.
Yeah, take that out, and then we're gonna straighten this out while it's still on the chassis, so we can
Oh,
do
the
a little,
elephant trunk.
little pull.
Yeah.
And then pull it off and get blasted. Hopefully it is still as good as it looks now. So do a couple rust repairs, and then we'll go back on the chassis and we'll put the blue truck back together on the frame it came with, and then take the cab off that's on that cab, and then I don't know, whatever Todd wants to do with it. And you might not want to watch this with your wife, Todd. So before we decided to go with that other cab, I was fitting the firewall on here, and I almost welded it on before Casey decided to not do that, so that's a good thing. Everything's fit, so it should go to that firewall after I cut it out, obviously.
And correct me if I'm wrong, you originally made that firewall for the other cab that he had at one point.
The Taiwan cab, basically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The newly.
The one that was originally supposed to go on this. Nobody's going to even know what we're talking about because there's so many cabs and trucks.
It was one of those cab companies that makes all brand new. They've jig it up and build you a new cab out of aftermarket sheet metal.
Yeah.
One of those companies.
And I mean, for what they did, I mean, you can only do so much before you have to really get crazy with it. So I mean, all of their stuff sort of fit. Like these are the doors off of it, but they don't fit this cab. And you know, aftermarket parts in general, nobody likes them. So, but something that old, you kind of have no choice because everything's either all crusty or hard to find or whatever. So fit that on here, did a couple repairs on the cab that don't even matter anymore.
And so now you're gonna have to rob the dash out of here.
I think we might keep this and just put a aftermarket dash in there. That way I don't have to cut this one out too. But
Oh, well, it would make the cab probably a little bit easier to resell if it has the dash in it.
That way, and it'd be cool if we could find some other fenders so you could have a blue truck again. But yeah, I did that for a couple days, and I think that's all I've done. Just cab swapping. That's about it.
No. It says it cooks in 2 minutes, but in our crappy microwave it's 220. But I'm gonna eat my factor meal today. You know, helps me maintain my weight, my what is it, like my wrestling weight? I gotta make sure to get into my weight.
Oh yeah, you gotta be in the right class, you know.
Yeah, I mean I don't want to be too overweight or too.
You're in that
underweight.
body class.
Yeah. So Bash on DoorDash, man, I'd order a hamburger or anything for lunch.
It'd be like
Man,
$40
$30, $40. I'm like, this is stupid. So then I can eat this. I order enough meals to do breakfast and lunch 6 days a week, and it's $130. I'll spend that in like 2 or 3 days on DoorDash.
And your employees need it too.
Yeah, because sometimes I get sidetracked or I'll leave or whatever, and if they start to go bad, usually Blake or Nick will eat them. Blake don't care. He'll eat them 3 days old. But
I saw that today.
did he eat one today?
He goes, "This is like 3 days old. I'm gonna eat it."
Ugh, see, I can't do that, man. When it's time to, when it says they're no good, they're no good anymore, you know? But, anyways, factory plug. Hey, if you want to send me some free food, I'll give you another couple of commercials or something. Here you go, bye.
All right, so this week we started working all the poly pieces. So we blocked them, checked, and then added filler if we needed to. These will get a second round. Then we will mount them on the car, at least the doors, and then put the car off the rotisserie, put it on a dolly, and then block the doors to the car.
This is what these doors crack me up, man. They look so clean. I know you guys have spent a lot of time on that.
Yeah, definitely. It's the second round, so they are very, very straight now. So.
Yeah, I mean everything looks good, but
Yep.
I can definitely see the extra round of work you've put in before it gets covered again. So
Definitely.
Wait,
Yeah.
knife check?
All right, knife check.
It's been a little bit.
I know. So this is a Kershaw launch. It's an Emerson design.
Oh, I like that.
It's a good big boy.
I like that.
Yeah. We did do the bottom side of the 56, and so we have to wet sand it on Monday, Tuesday, and then it's going to get a Raptor liner. So Chase can show you that. So
Cool.
yeah, right.
Thanks,
on.
man.
Yeah, no problem.
Whatever, y'all are both fucking looking at me.
Chase is under pressure here. He's got to perform in front of a live audience.
I don't even do good on the camera.
Guys, you got to applaud him.
Thank y'all.
Oh, nice golf clap and everything.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. This week we blocked the bottom of the 56 BELAIR in 320 grit. We're getting it ready for bed liner. Y'all need to stop. Got it ready in 320. We are right now just Scotch-Brighting it, getting it ready. Make sure all glossy's going away, and hopefully by next week this will be in bed liner. So, yeah.
Looks good, man.
Yeah. It's doing well.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. I'm taking Canton's position.
I'll take my thing.
Right.
I'll take my thing.
Well, here you go. Make yours short and sweet.
Still filming?
Yeah.
Alright, let's just clip you here. Update. Just trying to take my short and sweet. Been blocking the square body all week. Y'all don't phase me behind me. Working on body lines. A pillar, B pillar. Got the door on the other side finally fixed from the issue we had from before. It won't get me. You ain't gonna get me. Hood, fenders, just been blocking the whole truck. You want a straight panel? Aluminum C channel. You want to make sure your panels are correct? Merca. No, they didn't sponsor this video, but it'd be cool if y'all did. That's my short and sweet. Y'all are making me suit back up to do a knife or a pocket check. I already got it out, so I'm ahead of the game. Good friend Nicholas got me this beautiful getter right here. What'd you call it?
It's a leak.
A leak.
Kershaw.
Kershaw leak.
That's a nice
Sheesh.
little beauty right there.
What's the company? Blade HQ? We need to get some new knives if y'all want us to
Blade
see
HQ,
some,
yeah.
some
Start
better
sending us
quality.
knives.
Send them out.
All right.
We're ready for the update?
We're ready
For
for
the
the
weekly
update.
update?
Yeah, ice hole.
What? Oh, that's messed up. Ice hole. So we're doing, let me get out of the way. Doing a engine wiring harness modification. We're lengthening the wiring harness for the Bronco.
I know what you meant.
Is there a bear in here?
Is there, what it? Boy, I'll whoop you, boy. We're moving.
Keep a crab if you want me.
Get out of here.
No.
Go away or be quiet.
No way. No.
Jeez.
Stealing all the talent
I
here.
know. So we're lengthening the engine wiring harness for the Bronco motor because we relocated the ECM under the seat. So let's take a look.
Okay. Oh, that looks nice.
So this is where the computer will live, and we're doing 4 Maven bulkhead connectors. I've got 1 connector done, and then it'll go from here under the car, up the trans tunnel, and to the back of the engine.
Oh, nice and sleek, hidden.
And so this is a test engine, or not a test engine, just an engine we have it. So I'm building the harness on this engine, and that's what I've added. These will go in. I'll terminate these ends here, and they'll plug in under the transmission tunnel. I calculated it up, and I think I'm gonna make like 564 splices and connections or something like that.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
My hands are, I've been doing this for 2 days now. But
you need to ice them down.
yeah, I know. So I don't know how many connectors are on the ECM, but there's a ton. So that's what I've been doing. And I've labeled them, where's that little booklet at? Oh, here we go. It's called Scotch Code. You can probably get these at like electrical supply. But you can peel off the labels so they have like A, B, C, D, and then 1 through 15. A, B, C, D, all the way to Z. That's 26. And so I've labeled them all.
You think the audience is dumb?
Hey, you would be surprised. I'm still working on my ABCs.
Shut up, you were in preschool. Nobody cares.
This is a hard, tough crowd.
It is, man. This is tough. So, yeah, this has been a lot of work. And then once we're done, you won't see any wires under the hood. Because this used to lay
Right, you're still using your building.
like this. And then the ECM the computer would have been right here, and it would have plugged in. So
Gotcha.
we've cut it.
So
Now
to
it's
go
coming out the back.
down behind here and then through the trans tunnel.
Yeah, boy.
Bam, that looks clean, man.
So that's it, man. Just wiring.
I guess I'll see you in a month after you.
Yeah, right. I bet it's done at the end of next week.
Really?
Maybe. That could be wishful thinking.
Well, I mean, that's awesome. I mean, you seem to have done a lot already.
I did a lot in 2 days. I still got a few wires here to terminate.
You've got 1 day less next week, too.
Why?
Oh, he said y'all weren't working on Thursday.
Oh, it's 4th of July.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah. Keenan's having a party. I should drop his address so people could show up.
Oh, let's do it. We'll do it.
He lives in Crowley. That's all I know. Behind the bus barn.
I'll look it up. I'll look it
Oh
up
wait,
on
it'll
Google.
already be over by the time this thing airs.
Oh, I need to drop it the day before. Or I'll just drop it so people will stop by his house over the weekend.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just drive by this address and honk.
Right.
Non-stop.
We might still be there cooking hot dogs or something.
Yeah.
You never know. I'm the hot dog chef.
Hot dog chef.
Yeah.
You like hot dogs?
Not a big fan. I mean, I like them. They're just not as
Are you a ketchup or mustard guy?
ketchup. Mustard.
Oh, you know what? You know what else are? You know what kind of people are ketchup guys? Serial killers. It's full. I can't get on camera time because he's making fun of me.
Yeah.
You're a punk, man.
You ready for tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right, so that's all I got.
Looks like it's getting busy in here.
Yeah. Hey Todd, come give him an update of what's been going on.
Oh, Todd, you should see. You should see what we have for your wife to watch.
Hold on.
Yeah, my wife
Here.
watching this one.
Here, give him an update, bud.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Just
Go
tell
away.
him what's going on.
He's scared of his wife finding this video, so don't interview him. He just found out about it.
Tell him what's going on.
We got another different truck, different cab. Lots of fun.
What are you gonna do with that blue truck you just bought?
Scrap it. No, don't.
Don't tell the wife.